Hey everybody, me again. Here we are, week 6 discussion. We're going to have some options as we have in the past because students, you guys have really been jumping onto this, these different options. We're going to have two right now. We may add a third one. I'm doing this video actually on Friday for week 5. Try to get kind of a head start here. So between now and when the week actually opens, when you're actually watching this video, I may have added a third one. It just really depends on how much time I have. But one of the things we're going to be doing in the thing we're going to be doing in the two primary threads this week is talking about security and privacy while online. Okay, so one of them is going to give you a link to an interview with a cybersecurity expert and professor named Bruce Schneier, who talks about online privacy, web privacy, and some of the things you really need to be concerned about if you may not know about this kind of stuff. Privacy is a big issue that we often don't think about. We just are kind of like, well, no one wants to steal my stuff. Who cares, right? If the government wants to read my emails, I got nothing to hide. So we often think things like that. That's dangerous though, because there is a lot out there that could harm our data. Okay. There are a lot of bad actors out there who could steal my data or your data, and a lot of bad things could happen. I always, story after story, I have students who tell me about how they've had their identities stolen and how they had to contract with attorneys and banks and all sorts of things. And it was an absolute nightmare. Okay. I mean, I've had my credit card number stolen before online, but that's about it. And so that link is going to start our conversation on basically how do you view things like privacy, mostly privacy, not just security online. The other topic is kind of a hot button one, and it relates to Google and Google's practices of what's known as data mining. Now, we've touched upon this a little bit here and there throughout the weeks, but a lot of you have said things like, when I'm on Chrome or something and I'm surfing around and I look a couple things up and then I turn off my computer and 2 days later I go on Facebook and I see all these ads that are appearing for things that I was searching for 2 or 3 days ago. What's going on here? Okay, well, this is part of the data mining process. This isn't just it. I mean, that's also, there's things like cookies, and you learn about that in the lecture, things that kind of make the browser experience a little easier for you. But there are some issues too with companies like Google, they're the biggest one, but also Facebook and others that will actually mine information. Essentially, what they're doing is they're collecting volumes and volumes and volumes of information on you, the user, largely so they can use that and better market things to you down the road. Okay? This really is something where, this is how they make a lot of their money is through marketing. Now, most people or many people don't care about this. Many people are like, forget it, it doesn't really matter. But a lot of people are their ears are kind of pricking up about this kind of thing because they're thinking, well, I never really signed on for this, or did I sign on for this? I'm not really sure if I did, but even if I did, I don't really like this. It makes me uncomfortable. I'm a private person and I feel I should be private online as well. And so there's a link in this thread that talks about Google and Google's data mining and how this is a very, very controversial issue. So we're going to be talking a lot about privacy, talking a lot about security. We're going to be able to cover a whole bunch of different topics here. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you all have to say. You're a very talkative bunch, which I love. Let's keep it up this week, too. Thanks, folks.